Hi, welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual program, the Target Individual Experience. So, Friday night, I left Pam's house and made my way home. And some very interesting things happened, which I will show you guys, as you know, in this video. But before I do that, I want to talk about what has been transpiring during the week with my targeting. So, as you guys know, I put up previous videos, right, in which I'm at Pam's apartment, and every time I upload a video, they start with a noise campaign, fire department, the NYPD, ambulances, car honking, you name it. Have me on the remote neural monitoring. Now, I also started to receive text messages, right, from a number. And the text messages it says stop, and then on one of them it says stop your BS reporting. I report you to AH. I don't know what the heck that means. But I'm going to show you guys the text. I've also posted the videos with the text on it, but I'm doing it in this format because, again, um, and as you see on the screen, it's just it's an article by Al Jazeera. NYPD Council passes bill to limit qualified immunity for police, because a lot of my targeting and harassment also involve the police, right? And then it gets to a point where they get so um, as if they don't care when they're targeting me. And you guys have heard me talk over the years about how I would come home from work and they would stage these false arrests, and then and this was happening a lot, early on in my targeting. And as I would approach, uh, the officer would, or the officers would put their guns on their put their hands on their guns, turn around and look at me. All right. So tonight I'm going to show you an example of that. And you know, it's usually white officers, but now they use three black police officers. All right. Because of the one thing about racist police officers is that they will always find some coons within the police force, right, to be used to target another black person. Okay. And when you see these three black police officers engaging in this type of activity, you're going to be appalled. You guys just wait and see. So I talked about the text messages that I received during the week. First, let me start off with this. Tuesday morning, I received a text from Amazon saying they have issued me a refund, as you guys can see here, for a wireless earbud that I purchased. It's $21.15. Let me think where I put it somewhere here. So here is one of the earbuds. Now I lost the other side. Um, I don't know if I was getting off of the bus or getting on out. It was probably on the bus because a lot of the perps, since I've lost the other side of this earbud, they're constantly looking at me and then looking at the bus, right? And so, you know, so anyway, so this was Tuesday. I got this message from Amazon about a refund. No, I never called Amazon and asked for a refund, right? Because I received the earbud. I lost it, it fell out my ears, what have you, you know. So I didn't call them. I continued to use the uh the other one. So I was very surprised when I received this. Okay. Now during this time, they were sending me subliminal messages about um, they were trying to steal my stimulus check, right, and also my disability, or try to cut me off from receiving disability, because this is what they always do, right? This is what the Coercive Persuasion Program is all about. This is one part, I would say. There are many parts to it, but this is just one part. So, um, I was like, okay, you know, I didn't call them and say, hey, I didn't call you. I know I didn't call them. So, you know, I was like, whatever. This has to be some type sort of subliminal message somehow. Later on that day, I received a few texts. Okay, let me right. So I received these two texts, both at the same time. Okay, but from different numbers, right? But if you look at the top, okay, it has 19 recipients, and there's a phone number here with the number 32 in it. I want you to pay attention to that because, again, I talk about how they constantly use the number 32 in my targeting, how they try to condition me to associate it to different things, whether it be women, the police, um, all these other things, right? So I'm like, okay. I mean, I didn't respond back, right? So that was the day that I was talking about a video that I had gotten while I was on my way to Pam that clearly shows how I was being targeted. And they were scared. They were scared. They have given me something that I've never had before, and I was going to put it out there. All right. So this was Wednesday now, right? So Wednesday, it might be Tuesday, it might be the afternoon, I'm not quite sure. So you see, the Tuesday or Wednesday, I receive another set of texts. So I responded, never, never, ever will I stop exposing your white supremacist, the white supremacist asses, F you and your racist ass system. Response was stop. So I said, you stop. The response was stop. So I said, don't be a chicken shit racist. Never got a response after that. Okay. So I text my ex, who, you know, talked to from time to time. Her husband had died, and she contacted me. And, we communicate, we talk, and, give her advice and stuff like that. So I text her. This is uh, early on. Um, this is now Saturday morning, so early Friday night. Okay. And I text her actually earlier today. I also got um, some text. All right. So before I do this, let me show you guys the text. So here we go again. So this is Friday now. Right? I'm sorry, this was Thursday. Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've been getting these texts. Stop at this BS reporting you to AH. Don't know what the hell AH is. Okay, then today, Friday, March 26th, receive multiple texts. If you notice in some of the texts, you'll see the number 32. So they'll text me at 3:32. Let me back. Okay, that's not it. Okay, that was at 8:45. And let's see here. Okay, so I guess it was just that one. They included it in today, right? I thought it was a few more. So anyway, so I text her and I said to her, "Hey, I received these today. Yeah, I received these yesterday and today. All right, so I did a screenshot of the text from yesterday and text from today, and she didn't respond. So I was leaving Pam, walked out the door, went downstairs. Then I received a text from her at 11:32. Now I know this is the mind control technology at work here, okay? Because usually she's in bed sleeping. She goes to bed very early. So for her to be texting me at 11:32 on a Friday night, I know that's not her. That's unlike her, because she goes to bed very early, because she has kids, right? So I'm like, okay, what have you. So now let's get to um actually before we get to the video, you know what? Let's get to the video because I don't want to, I want to get to take it after this part, right? After she texts me, I went aside and so forth, and then we get back to the articles. We're gonna talk about that. All right, let's go. She was standing up in front of Pam's building, waiting for me to leave. Yeah, these people. These people are crazy, right? So anyway, she's been trying to send me a subliminal message about my disability. Look at the other one down there now with the dog. So yeah, so what we're looking at here is again another set of text messages, with the word stop. Okay, let's go. She was standing up in front of Pam's building, waiting for me to leave. Yeah, so this woman was standing in front of Pam's building. All right, at that time I didn't start recording yet. I was waiting to get outside, and when I came outside, she was standing there. She saw me. She starts walking off. Yeah, these people. These people. It's they're really something else. People. So anyway, she's been trying to send me a subliminal message about my disability. Look at the other one down there now with the dog. Yeah, and the interesting thing too is that since I've been leaving Pam to come home, there have been a lot of women out late at night walking dogs. Okay? So yeah, so what we're looking at here is again another set of text messages, with the word stop that was sent to me today, because these people are, like I said, they're shitting their pants now, right? And they're doing all of this stuff because they don't want me to expose what it is that they're doing. All right. I put a video out yesterday. They sent me a little text saying, "Stop the BS targeting." I'm sorry, reporting. You know. And so again, now that I'm doing my call, I get a text from. Okay. So actually, this is at this moment is when I got a text from my ex. All right, asking. This was actually 11:32 p.m. asking what is AH. So my ex, it is after 11 o'clock at night. She don't text me this late. All right, she goes to bed early. Shoot. So why is she texting me now? Because again, this is mind control technology that is being used. That's what I recognize. Right? And people should understand that. Okay? So now look at this dude right there walking down. Palm signals, hand behind the back. Look at him wearing a black shirt. Right? So they've been using color black today also. Pan came in wearing black. Does the usual standing around. Yeah, what she was doing is that because she was wearing black, all black, she'll stand up in front of me, turn around, stand there for about 10-15 seconds, then walk off. All right, then she come back. Every time she comes back in the living room, she'll do the same thing. She'll turn around, stand there 10-15 seconds, and then she will walk off. Turning her back on me, and I'm like, hey, whatever. At this point, you got a red theme now. See that? There's a red theme now. Look. The red theme now. Switch to a enlarged version. That's what we were just looking at. Yeah, came out, she was dead. Okay, not there. Yeah, came out, she was dead. Okay, alright, I gotta see what's going on here. Hold on. Okay. You got a red theme now. See that? There's a red theme now. Look. The red theme now. Look at it. Yes. So, again, red theme. Guys come out of this guy come out of this SUV. Okay. And let me show you how convenient, not even convenient, I should say, how scripted this is. Yesterday, I took my son to get a haircut. All right. And so, of course, they're going to use the barber that cuts his hair. Okay. And I'll show you how this ties in with something that happened later. Look. The red theme now. Look at it. So, see, he looks at his phone. Right. Then he looks at me. Yes. That's the barber. He cuts my son's hair. Alright, so this is what they do. Look at him. Look. You gotta do the palm fixation. Right? Yeah. Close the trunk. Park in the bus stop. Close the trunk again. Subliminal. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next video. So, camera around. All right. Okay. Let's see what they got. Let's see what else they got. You hear the sirens now? Now, I've been at Pam. Again, she wanted me to stay the night. And I was like, no, I'm going to go home. But I did. I'm leaving late because it's Friday. It's after 11. And I want to make sure that the kids at least go to bed at a decent time tonight. And so then I got to come back here because, you know, even though I didn't want to do it, but I did tell her to watch the kids while she go meet her friends, her girlfriends in the city. And so yeah, let's go back. It's camera around. All right. So what has been happening is okay. My phone. Let's see what they got. Let's see what else they got. My phone. You hear the sirens now? Now, I've been at Pam. Again, she wanted me to stay the night. And I was like, no, I'm going to go home. But I did. I'm leaving late because it's Friday. So, I did not switch the camera to the front facing camera. Right? This is them hacking into my phone. No, I didn't want to do it, but I did tell her to watch the kids while she go meet her friends, her girlfriends in the city. And use lesbians in my targeting. They usually use gay men, right? Because these two, as soon as I came over there, all right, because they were standing over here, right by where the bus stop sign is. And when I came and stand there, they moved down there, right, doing these hand signals. And the reason why they move, again, because they're trying to avoid being filmed or being on film, right, with them targeting me. That's my son here. You know, he has to, you know, the guy comes out of the white SUV wearing a red jacket. Barber comes up, you know, again, trying to use these people. And they go to the red theme again. Look. Red theme again, you know? SUV, wearing a red jacket. Barber comes up, you know, again, trying to use these people. And they go to the red theme. So you see again. They're walking. You see how she holds her hands up. She holds her hands up, touching her hood, all right? And then she switches it to the other side, okay? Yeah, she's touching her ears on the other side because she doesn't want to stick her fingers in her ear on this side because obviously I'm filming, so she does on the other side of her head. Red theme again, you know? So we're gonna call them out. So I'm gonna call them out. Okay, it's I'm gonna bother with those two because every time I turn there, I see that they're looking at me and then they turn around. So anyway, I happened to and you see a lot of red cars lately too. Seen a whole lot of red cars lately. Too many for it to be coincidental. All right, so I got off at my stop. Let's see. Let me see here. Okay. Red cars parking on my block. Yeah, right. Also, a lot of red cars. I was back there. I would say it's was quiet for a couple hours outside of the door. As soon as I walked in, bus stop.
All right, so I took a dollar cab, and the guy over here, the red jacket, standing at the corner. Look at him, look at him. He acting like he's boxing, like these lucky turns. Yo, this shit is so funny.
If they want to fight, they want to go one-on-one. Hey, let's go.
They're rare pieces of work.
One-on-one, let's go.
So, yeah, we're gonna expose them as usual.
Okay, it's all right. So I got off and I went to the train station to pick up my metro card. I'm just kind of skipping past some of these things.
Say, oh yeah. Are you gonna walk off? Or are you gonna stay there? You see me coming? Are you gonna walk off, lady? Huh? Because it looked like she was about to, right? It looked like she was about to walk off. All right, I'm gonna keep my phone on this time in case they try some shit again, as they did with that lady.
Last time I went in transition, the woman I was putting money on my card, and she comes right next to me. You know, as if she's on the phone. Oh, I don't want that dog, you know, that nasty ass. I don't want him, and all this stuff. And I was like, man, why couldn't I have been recording this? You know? So you see, right, the train station is right. So I get at the train station. This guy, let me.
Oh, what's there?
All right, so this guy right here, walking towards me. Right, all the guy starts looking down at my shoes, right? Because what they do, they look at my boots. You know, I'm wearing if I'm wearing the brown boots, gray boots, my sneakers, blue sneakers, what have you. They don't look when I'm wearing certain colors. When I'm wearing certain colors, they don't look at my feet at all. Like if I'm wearing green on my feet, they don't look at that. I have a pair of raspberry color Nikes. They don't look at that, but they'll look if I'm wearing brown, black, blue, you know, other colors. They'll be standing up at my feet. So anyway, so he's walking past. He's like looking down right at my feet. Then he looks down. It's like he looks at the stairs going down. He hasn't even got to the stairs yet, right? But the way he did it, it's like he looked at me and he looked at the stairs. Now, when I was coming up the stairs in the train station, there was an empty water bottle, right? An empty water bottle that was on the stairs. It was at the very, not the very top, but and I was at the last step before you reach the sidewalk, right? And it was just, you could tell it was strategically placed there because they clean the subway at night, right? You can see there's no garbage on the subway floor, but yet there's this one water bottle, empty water bottle. So you'll see at that point. Now you see there's a guy here, right?
So he looks down at my boots, and then he looks here. You see, look at what they did here, right?
I don't know what they're doing. You see the empty water?
Right there. Empty water bottle. So he looks at my boots, and then he looks down at the stairs. Now look at him. Look.
Because they understand, you see, because they know I recognize this. They know I recognize this because they know how they program me. You know what I'm saying? So they know I recognize. So the guy that was he was sitting down there. He was sitting in this building right here. And as soon as I came back out of the train station, he ran into the building. Right? Ran into the building.
Look, he knew. Look. They waited. He was waiting. He was waiting to see if he would go back. He was waiting. Look, he's sitting down there. He was waiting, man. Shit is so funny. I'll have to call him out.
Check it out.
This does not look instant. Look. He knew. Look. They waited. He was waiting. He was waiting to see if he would go back. He was waiting. Look, he said, no. He was waiting, man.
And then you'll see they have a red jacket.
Shit is so funny.
On the fence. Well, fence or the.
I'll have to call him out. Love to call him out.
All right, peace.
Alright, peace.
Love to call him out. You gotta tell you, they love to use. Sometimes they'll leave an empty water bottle. Now the subway looks very clean, so I know it just got clean. And normally, you know, somebody is not going to drop a water bottle and tuck it on the stairs.
You guys hear the sirens outside? It is 2:48 a.m. in the morning. They've been, since I've started doing this video, there's constant sirens in the background.
Like that, unless it was done on purpose. Alright, so again, the remote no monitoring because they knew I was going to the train station to refill my Metro card. Right? So all of that is set up. So now you look at the guy comes out, stands up there, red shorts, looks down at his shoes. Looks down at his shoes. Right?
Let me where is it here? Okay, I want to
Love to call them out. You gotta tell you, they love to use. Sometimes they'll leave an empty water bottle. Now the subway looks very clean, so I know it just got clean. And normally, you know, somebody is not going to drop a water bottle and tuck it on the stairs like that, unless it was done on purpose. Alright, so again, the remote no monitoring because they knew I was going to the train station to refill my Metro card. Right? So all of that is set up. So now you look at the guy comes out, stands up there, red shorts, looks down at his shoes. Looks down at his shoes. Right? So look at them now. Now look, she's kicking her feet. She has on red shoes and she's kicking her feet out. Alright? Look at them. Yeah. They come out here. See that shit? Look at these people. Look at this dude out here now, looking at his phone. Yeah, I see it. I see it, motherfuckers.
Okay, now, you guys are not going to believe this, but I talk about this so many times, man, where I would be walking home, right? I would either walk down on this side of the street or the other side of the street. Not the street, the sidewalk, right? And there would be two police officers that have a black guy in handcuffs. And as I'm walking, they will turn around. They'll turn the guy in handcuffs towards me. They will put their hands on their weapon. Right? These are always white police officers. White male police officers. Alright? Because let me tell you how these white supremacist police work. When you start to call them out, then they will go and find black coons on the police force to engage in the harassment, in the violation of your rights. Okay. So then they'll say, well, it's the black officers doing it, so it can't be racist. Yes, it can. And I don't have time to get into a discussion about it, but yes, it can. Okay. Black police officers can be racist or bigoted towards black people, even though they're black. And even though when they get off that job, they worrying about their ass getting beaten by white cops, right? But again, you have to understand the psychological mindset of colonized people, right? Black people have been brainwashed.
Right? You hear the, she heard the red van pass by. Look, I'm gonna walk. Yeah, they know I'm gonna walk down here. They know that shit.
Let me go back to when I was crossing the street.
Listen, yeah, sorry. Oh, look, oh, the NYPD. Oh, they got the cops. Okay.
Now, see the woman in the van. What she does as she drives by, and I may not be able to show it, but I will do the same action that she does. So as she drives by, okay, she does this.
Hear the sirens too? Look, listen, hear the siren? Oh, look, oh, the NYPD. Oh, they got the cops. Okay.
Now, let me see if I can. Actually,
Red
no, I couldn't.
van. They got a red van. See, they got the cops, right? Again, that shit is stage. Right? You hear the, she heard the red van pass by. Look, I'm gonna walk. Yeah, they know I'm gonna walk down here. They know that shit. That shit is stage.
Okay.
Tell you when they come out with their old tricks and shit, this is what they do. Right? Remember I talk about this, how they would stage people getting arrested in front of me. Right? Well, here's a perfect example. You guys seeing it here in real time. You guys seeing it here in real time. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look, he's not moving his hands. Look at his pocket.
He started moving his hands, doing these hand signals.
Look, now they walk off. See that shit? Look at that shit.
And look at what they did. Now I didn't realize this had happened. Okay, I didn't realize this had happened because I didn't switch the camera to the front facing camera. I did not even realize this. I missed the whole thing. Wow. Look, I missed the whole thing. So you see them here? Understand what they're doing, how they hack into your devices because they're trying to hide, right? And they don't want to be identified. They don't want to be identified. Wow. No, I didn't even look at this video, right? So the next time this happens, I gotta remember to check my phone because this is what they'll do. So I didn't even look. I just looked at the beginning part of the video as I was uploading it into the program. I didn't even watch the whole thing. These motherfuckers hacked into my phone and switched it to the front facing camera because they didn't want to be identified. They don't want these police officers to be identified. And that tells me, and that should tell you, right, that what they're doing they know is highly illegal, highly unconstitutional, violation of my rights. Okay? So this is what they
right? Do. Well, here's a perfect example. You guys seeing it here in real time.
Okay, so let me see if I can zoom in more. And I was talking about the barber, right? Because the person who they stopped was a kid, at least a young kid. He looks very young, a teen, might be, 15, 16, you know, light skinned kid, you know, and I'm gonna just in the tape right?
You
So
guys
at
see
this point,
in here
right,
in real time.
as I got closer, you'll see the
Look at this shit.
officer towards the side of the street. Put his hands down.
Look at this shit. Look.
Right? See that right there? See his hands right there? How it goes back? That's the palm fixation drill. So what happened is that, and you'll hear me talk, as I got closer, all three officers walked off to their vehicle. Right? Then the kid who there stopped, right? He looks at me and looks at my phone. Now, my son Ethan, he's a lighter complexion than both me and Pam. And so this kid is about Ethan's complexion. And you see, this is the reason why they use the barber that I take Ethan to get his haircut at. Right? This is a subliminal threat that these officers were sending me, that this is, I guess when my son is a teenager going to school, what have you, so they're going to harass him, right? So you'll
start moving his hands.
At this point,
look at this.
Switch the camera. See,
look at his
they
pocket.
start walking off. You see they turned, right? So it's very brief. Okay, at this point here, see.
Look at his
Now
pocket.
they turn.
Now they walk off. See?
And they,
see that shit? Look at that shit.
You motherfuckers switch.
Look at that
shit. My camera.
Stage.
Oh my.
Stage. Look.
But
Stage.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah, let's look at their license plate. Look at
I'll
that.
tell you one thing. Okay.
Well, you gonna search me too? The way you looking at me, you wanna search me too, man? Oh, you can come search me too. You're gonna violate my constitutional rights, though. I'm gonna sue you. HDM 229A.
That's the license plate number, right? That's the license plate number of the vehicle that they had. It was a black, I think it was a Chevrolet.
HDM 229A.
All right, so
stage. Yeah, let's look at their license plate. Look at them. Well, you gonna search me too? The way you looking at me, you wanna search me too, man? Oh, you can come search me too. You're gonna violate my constitutional rights, though. I'm gonna sue you. HDM 229A.
okay. So they may have thought that they had outsmarted me, but I end up giving the license plate of the vehicle that they were driving.
You hear that now? Right? Well, here's a perfect example. You guys seeing it here in real time. You guys seeing it here in real time. Look at this shit.
Look at this
shit.
Drill.
Look, he's
Okay.
moving his hands. Look at his pocket. Look.
And then
Now they walk off. See? See that shit? Look at that shit.
They switched the camera at the exact moment that they walked
Look at that
off.
shit. Yeah.
That's why
Stage.
the police officer looked back
Stage.
at me. That's why he was looking back at me. You hear me say the
Stage.
way you're looking at me, like you wanna.
Yeah, let's look at their license plate. Look at them.
Okay.
Well, you gonna search me too? The way you looking at me, you wanna search me too, man? Oh, you can come search me too. You're gonna violate my constitutional rights,
And I'm
though.
saying to myself, damn, I got these motherfuckers on camera. I got them on camera. And these motherfuckers switch the rear facing camera to the front facing camera. So they wouldn't get caught. So they wouldn't be caught on camera. Okay? So again, when I say who's the criminal, who's the one that's afraid?
I'm gonna sue you. HDM 229A. You hear that now? Now you see another dude over here.
Okay. And so here I am. I'm walking on my block. I'm thinking that, hey,
It's the mentality of police officers, particularly black police officers. So
I'm
recording. So all of that was the stage shit, because the kid, you see, as soon as I approach how to let the kid go, and then the kid looking at me, he looking at my phone. Right? That's what's happening. Okay? Shit is ridiculous. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
So what? Yeah, how you my big ass cannot get out myself.
Okay. Now she said something about her big ass cannot get up. Now, when I was saying goodbye to Pam, because she was like, oh, Nigel, I don't, now I got to try to find a dress that I can wear, because my big ass. And I said to her, I said, first of all, you're not big, you're not fat, right? And here they repeat the same thing too, right? And as they said that,
So she says, my big ass and something you done for. And she stopped playing with her hair. Oh, they're bringing up the works today.
so now my niece's friend, all right, the one who will come down here be disrespectful. Her name is Keisha. She lives upstairs with her mom. She comes out now, right? And I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, I see what they're doing.
They are bringing out the works today. Now my niece's friend, I live upstairs now. Here she comes. Thank you.
Right, man. Wow, wow. All right, y'all slick bastards. Okay, don't worry though. I'm gonna keep recording, and I know I'm gonna get you guys. I gotta keep looking. When I see stuff like that happen next time, I gotta keep looking at my phone to make sure that they don't switch the rear camera to the front-facing camera. Bunch of criminals. Okay. All right. So now let's get to these articles from Al Jazeera. New York City Council passes, NYC Council passes bill to limit qualified immunity for police. Police reform advocates have targeted such policies, which makes it more difficult to sue a police officer. See, so now, if you are being harassed by the police and you're going to record it, you got to be careful because they're going to hack into your phone, right? And they're going to switch the rear facing camera to the front facing camera, or even disable your camera app altogether, because they've done that to me too. They've disabled my camera app before. So New York City Council have passed legislation that would effectively end qualified immunity for police officers in case of excessive force and unreasonable searches, making it easy for people to sue individual officers. So-called qualified immunity policies shield on duty officers from being held personally accountable in civil rights lawsuit if their conduct does not violate clearly established statutory or constitutional rights of which a reasonable person would have known. The legal concept, which dates back to the 1960 ruling, often creates an insurmountable barrier for those seeking to hold officers accountable. See, when I talk about, or others talk about the NYPD being a criminal organization, as with most law enforcement agencies across America, including the FBI, right? You know, they're gangs. They're gangs, basically. They have a gang mentality, not a law enforcement mentality, but a gang mentality. Okay. Um, so a bill passed by a Democrat-controlled U.S. House of Representatives in early March also seeks to curtail qualified immunity as a defense for police. It has not yet been brought to vote in the Senate. New York City legislation would end qualified immunity for police officers in New York City by creating a new local civil right protecting New Yorkers against unreasonable search and seizure and against excessive force, and ban the use of qualified immunity or uh, substantially equivalent immunities as a defense. The council said in a statement on Thursday. It means that qualified immunity could not be used as a defense where residents sue a police officer under those local city statutes rather than federal or state statutes. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio have voiced support for the legislation, which contains other police reform measures, including giving the city independent police oversight boards uh, resources and authority to investigate racial bias in policing. If signed into law, New York City could be the largest jurisdiction in the United States to curtail the qualified immunity defense. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing. And I think, most states should follow because these police officers are out of hand. They feel that they can do whatever they want. They feel that because they have a gun and a badge, that gives them the right to violate your right in every conceivable way. Okay? And so we have to, let them know that no, no, you can't. And so these are some of the things that they do. And just like tonight, the whole skit, the whole street theater, right? And then hacking into my phone, hacking into my phone. Okay, so yeah, so here's another from New York One. De Blasio backs and then qualified immunity for NYPD, but stress officers won't personally be on the hook. Now, what sense does that make? Right? So, why pass qualified ending qualified immunity if the city's going to pay for these criminals act on citizens and those that live in New York City? Doesn't make any sense. But, it is what it is, right? They'll say one thing and then come back with something else. But I'm not going to get too much into this. I want people to go and read this. I'm going to do another video on this where I'll get more into it. I got to read a lot more into this before I do a video on this. Okay? But I just wanted to just show and put this out there. Also, see, this is the reason why. And then qualified immunity has to happen. And also, these police officers, as a person who they violated, you should be able to sue them personally. Okay? So, some of these, you gotta read the story. I can't read the story right now because I gotta get to bed. It's already late. But you got to read this article. Okay? This is from ProPublica.org. And you got to read this article because it is just jaw dropping. All right? And I mean, it's crazy. Here's one officer, right? The allegations against McCormick read in some ways like those against many other cops in the NYPD, that he was destructive in searching a home or overly physical with someone on the street. What stands out though is how often Black and Latino men accuse him of invasive, humiliating searches. They said he pulled down their pants in public, exposing their genitals. Some said he used his finger to search for drugs around and inside their anal cavities, or directed his officers to do so. These motherfuckers are out there, sodomizing Black men and Hispanic men. Right? That's why I would say, it's amazing how brainwashing was, how effective brainwashing was. Because those very same people that these officers violate, they'll turn around and follow these officers' instructions to target a person like me and others like me, targeted individuals. So go figure. But anyway, this is I'm like, wow, I can't believe they did that. But it happens. I should have looked, but I was watching the screen when I crossed the street, so I know it was recorded. But as soon as I approach and they start walking off is when they switch the camera on my phone. They switch the rear facing camera to the front facing camera. Well, you know, but at least I got the license plate number though. So there you go. All right, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.